Welcome everyone, welcome along to another massive episode of In the North Bank. Pre-match phone in, the link's in the chat, so if you do want to get involved, come on, let us know your team lineup, what you would do, and just give your reaction to when it drops. You're more than welcome on. Firstly, we have a great guest, my brother. How are you, Bez?
Good, thanks. Just woke up from my first day back from holiday, so all good spirits, I hope.
How's your nerves? Are you nervous or?
Now a little bit nervous now, more than I was 2 days ago.
Right, we'll jump into it. First and foremost, the lineups have been spoke about, like the midfield, time and time again. I think that's all I've done since Odegaard went off injured for Norway. And there's a lot of different permutations to what we're going to do in the midfield. And I think the one thing that we can say is no one's got any idea. That is, no one has any idea. And if it's like that for us, it's definitely going to be like that for Tottenham. They won't have any clue to what we're going to do. So, yeah, just do you want to give us your thoughts on?
I wouldn't mind. I said I wouldn't mind seeing the youngster in El Neri starting, but I guess maybe started a bit too much to us. Thinking about it now, Havertz, I definitely do want in midfield. I do want Havertz to be behind Jesus, like a behind Jesus, shall we say? Midfield wise, you can throw what's his name? You can throw Jorginho there. Partey's had a cracking start to the season. I'm happy to see him in good shape for once. So I think, yeah, if he surprises Arteta, it'll be amazing. He's good to surprise us. They don't surprise the opposition as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. Today, this is the burning question for me, Bez. Does Arteta just look at today's game? Or does he look at the 3 games that we have this week? Because we're obviously away to Tottenham today. We're away to Atalanta on Thursday, and next Sunday we're away to Manchester City. So what I mean by that, if you're going to be playing J20 and Thomas Partey, do you believe that these 2 guys can play more than 2 games in a week?
The answer is no. Simple, no.
I mean, we do have Declan Rice coming back for Atalanta. That's first and foremost. He's only suspended for 1 game.
Yeah.
But it's quite intriguing. And I've heard a lot of talk on Ethan, but I've not heard very much talk on Lewis Skelly. Now, Lewis Skelly, I watched him for the under-21s last week. And I'm telling you, this kid is unbelievable. Properly unbelievable. I've got high stocks in him. Do you think there's a possibility that we could see him today?
Yeah. I mean, last in the previous podcast, I'll tend not to be more of a, how do I say this, have tricks up his sleeve now, just be prepared to take a bit of a risk, shall we say. It's nice that man takes a risk sometimes because he might pay back dividends, and then he gives that little added depth that we probably need given our current situation in midfield, I guess.
Yeah, no, absolutely. What about up front? Are you definitely, is it just Jesus? That's kind of what you're looking at with?
I prefer, in a game, in a caliber such as this, I prefer Havertz on his own, because remember last year when we played them in their place, I think Havertz by himself played quite well, and he made an assist. He looked really good, and if Jesus is not up for it, I'll be happy to see Havertz by himself, unless Arteta maybe is thinking to put maybe a 4-man, maybe midfield and 2 attackers, or maybe a 5-man midfield, somehow deploy more pace on the wings, as we know. I know I'll get told off again. I'm sure I said in the last one, I might want to see maybe Sterling starting. Nothing against Trossard and Martinelli, but I think Sterling is more intelligent, runs better for the ball, a good passer, a good read of the ball. I mean, he's got the quality. Plus, he brings lots of experience from every club he's been in, as you know. He's a proven winner as well.
He's been showing up well in the training videos and that I saw.
I saw one as well.
Do you think there's a possibility that we might see him start today?
I think, why not? The man looks hungry. The man is, yes, he's got a point to prove, not to us, but to people kind of mistreated him. I'm not going to start attacking them now just yet. We're not here for that, but we're here for us. So yeah, I hope he just does his thing, keeps his head down, and just let the football do the talking now.
Yeah. The one thing I would say for certain, if Arteta could come away with the win today, and we're going to see the real Arteta today, because see, for me, this is probably the hardest lineup that he's going to have to pick. With the injuries and the amount of people we've got out, what formation are we going to go? What personnel comes in? Is quite intriguing.
And who's the captain as well? Everyone says Saka, but still, I won't mind if
Right,
who's going to be
do
the
you know
captain
what?
as
I'd never
well.
even thought of that. Never even thought of that. I mean, I guess if Jesus is on, it would be Jesus because he's vice captain, isn't he? So if Jesus starts, then yeah, out with that. I mean, what are you talking, Gabriel?
I want a leader who's got that big balls of steel, shall I say. I want a leader who can actually lead us on to battle.
Thomas Partey, J20.
I won't mind Thomas Partey, but I do like him when he's in his A game. Thomas Partey, no one gets past him.
Yeah, no, definitely. But that, yeah, I never even thought of that. I guess Zinchenko would be another one. He's one of the main characters in the dressing room, but that's if he gets started. But
And
I
if he
can't.
plays midfield, sorry to cut you off. Only if he plays
Yeah, yeah.
midfield, not the back. Sadly, only midfield for me he is.
I don't think he's got a chance. In me personally, I don't think he's got a chance of playing in defence. We've got Timber there. We've got Calafiori there as well. So it's just so interesting. I can see us go three at the back and play a 3-4-3. So
Yeah.
I could see that kind of being like an option for Arteta, but who knows? I mean, it's all guesswork. I don't think anybody knows. And did you see Arteta's press conference where he said that Odegaard's got 48 hours, so anything could happen?
I heard some snippets there. I was traveling back, and I managed to watch some snippet. I just read some snippets of the interview just on my
Right.
phone. I was like, fair enough. But he seems a bit more. I won't say the word arrogant because they don't want to use for a manager such as him, and someone who's so young. But he's got a bit of a swag as a manager. And it's nice to see a bit of a refreshing side of him to see now more often.
Yeah, I think when he said that though for Odegaard, I saw the injury actually happen. I was watching the Norway game against Austria, so I'd actually seen it live, and there's absolutely, in my opinion, there's no way at all that Odegaard's anywhere playing this week at all, no matter how. Even if the swelling's down, for me, he'll not be involved in any of the games whatsoever. So I think it was possibly mind games from Arteta.
I mean, it's needed. I mean, Fergie did it quite well. Mourinho did it quite well. Why can't Arteta do it? And so why not?
No, 100%, bro, 100%. So yeah, interesting day. You are currently watching F1, I believe.
Try to without getting too distracted. But yeah, my main man is from the pit lane, which is a bit disappointing. But hey,
I've not seen any of this weekend. What's happening on it?
well, Charles Leclerc for Ferrari, Paul Lewis is in the pit lane. Sadly, I don't know. I just heard about it as soon as I flicked it on before going on here. I'm trying not to focus too much. I'm trying to think about the football, but just much to think because, it's not near the end of the F1 season. It's like,
Yeah. I've not been catching up with it at all, but I really should. I will try and do that this week if I have time. If I have time. Yeah, so just back to the game. What would your preferred lineup be?
Okay, Raya,
Go
of
for
course,
it.
we need Raya.
Yep.
Right back, of course, Benny White. He has to be there, of course. Actually, him being the captain will not be a bad shot, as well. I'm just got a feeling he's got a bit of a strong mindset for these games as well.
100%.
Of course, we want your William Wallace on the right side next to him.
Yeah. Yep.
Gabriel, despite him injuring Marino, how could you, Gabriel Magalhaes? Hey, that's life. It's training. And obviously, Gabriel next to Lee, but the two dynamic duos. Left back, of course, would be nice to see a bit more depth. But I guess, I do want to see Timber. I'm a big fan of his. As much as I like now Calafiori, but that's early days yet. I'll start in the middle first. So midfield, I'll definitely say Part has to start. If not Jorginho, I keep saying, I don't know, something tell me Neri or, as you said, Lewis Kelly might be thrown in that mix, or maybe Lewis Kelly plays Odegaard's role, or one of them just switch back. So that's a bit of toss between the two. Something's telling me, okay, yeah, Havertz will start. Something keeps telling me Sterling will eventually start. He has to start this. People didn't even realize. I know we've been speaking about it last week also, which I've done quite a lot of podcasts, more than I've ever done actually for a while. Sterling is actually a North London boy, so I've got a feeling he has to start this. He knows what the game is about. Like he knows he's born just outside Wembley pretty much. So I mean, or grew up, sorry, not born. Havertz more versus more of the physicality. If Jesus starts, yes, he's more clever. But football these days, if you're too clever, you're too good. So I think some physicality up front will be helpful in these, corners, in these set piece situations.
Yeah.
I think Havertz is a bit better than Jesus. I think just kind of gets over the line just for me.
Yep, definitely. So up front, sorry, you're going Havertz, yeah?
Over Jesus, if I had to pick over the two, I'll pick Havertz. That's it because he's more physical.
Right. I'll give you mine. Obviously, it's David Raya. I'm going to 3-4-3. I'm going to 3-4-3. So my back three are going to be Timber. In the middle, I'll have Saliba, and on the left, I'll have Gabriel.
Yeah.
Going into midfield, I'm going to have, it's kind of wing back, so I'm going to go Ben White. Next to him is going to be Thomas Partey. Unfortunately, I'm going Havertz.
Mm.
And on the left, I'm doing a Havertz in midfield for a reason. And on the left, I'm going to go Calafiori. My front three are going to be Saka on the right, Sterling through the middle, and Martinelli on the left. And that will just give us so much pace and etc.
I
So
can see why now because I keep forgetting Sterling. He can play up front as well. I forgot
yeah,
completely.
you can play through the middle as well. So they're going to give me just 2 minutes, bro. Just 2 seconds.
Don't worry. Oh, wow, this is live. I'll just watch the F1 for you guys.
Oh, sorry about that, bro.
Don't worry, I was just saying for the live feed. While we do that, just watch the F1 for a bit.
Right, I'm going to bring on a special guest.
The more the merrier.
Hello, bro. How are you?
Afternoon, you all right?
Yeah, we're good. We're just going through the lineups, bro. So, but I've just given mine. I'm going to 4-3-3. Sorry, a 3-4-3. Ray and goal. A back three of Timber, Saliba, Gabriel. Midfield is Ben White on the right, kind of like his wing back. Then I'm having Thomas Partey, Havertz in the middle. On the left is Calafiori. And my front three for speed are going to be Saka, Sterling, and Martinelli. So that's mine. But we're just speaking about the permutations and the options that we have, Paul. And there's so many options. However, nobody has any idea at all what Arteta is going to do. Do you want to break us through what your preferred lineup would be?
Yeah, I think obviously a lot's said about is he going to change it? Is he going to kind of go off the grain? Can you hear me all right? Yeah? That's all right.
Sorry, I'm watching the F1 break. Forgive me.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to change the way he plays. I don't think he's going to go back to a back three. I'm not sure there's going to be a change in system as such. I just think, Sterling's going to play. I'm pretty certain. I think he's going to have a big say in the game. I've just got that feeling. Something about it. I don't know. There's a lot of. I don't know about you, Bez. Seeing all the videos coming from training. He's looking hungry, and obviously they're really focusing on kind of a lot of the finishing and stuff. And you just suddenly think there's something there about him.
There is certainly. He
Yeah,
looks hungry. He looks hungry. The boy looks hungry.
yeah. So we spoke about it the previous show, didn't we? About the midfield three. Certainly, if we obviously say we're keeping the same kind of shape. Yeah, Partey going to be that holder, and then look, I think I got a sneaky feeling about Wanyeri. I got that sneaky feeling that he might just kind of throw him in.
You still there, mate?
But yeah, I don't know. What's that?
I said your internet was being a wee bit flaky there, like just kind of stopped for a second.
Yeah,
You're back
no,
now.
Mary, and then he just stopped.
Did it? Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, it's Wanyeri. I think is it's going to be an interesting one. I think in that midfield, if he comes in, certainly there'll be a lot of trust put in him, wouldn't it? If he was selected, but yeah, I'm definitely thinking that we certainly need that control in midfield, and that points straight to Jorginho coming in at some point in that midfield. I don't know about what you guys think. I'm not sure about Havertz dropping into that midfield. I think we have to still keep him up top or playing in that higher position, and then gets people around him, whether or not that's Martinelli, whether or not that's Sterling, whether or not it's Trossard. Look, there's still lots of options, and yeah, it's the key one is the Odegaard situation. I've not seen it. He still hasn't ruled him out, but I'm guessing he's.
We were talking about that being mind games, Paul. I'm
Yeah.
not sure about. The funny thing is, it's like we're Arsenal fans and we analyse Arsenal daily. I mean, I'm sure even when we're at work, now and again it will come into your head. What's the lineup going to be? What's happening with that? We think about it all the time. And here we are on game day, and I don't think anybody's got any idea.
No.
Whatsoever. I mean, it's one of the questions I asked Bez, and I'd be interested to get your thoughts on it. This week we are obviously away today to Spurs, we're away to Atalanta, and then we're away to Manchester City. Does Arteta have to think about the 3 games? Or does he just concentrate on Spurs today? And what I mean by that is if you did have the likes of J20 and Thomas Partey in your midfield, are you getting 3 games out of them in 1 week?
No. There's obviously going to be some rotation around those. Certainly, the Jorginho being the other side of 30. I still think they've got minutes in them. I just think, my thing is you've got to go by game. It makes no sense to look forward and say, okay, well, you're right. Yeah, we have got City next week, or we've got the Champions League midweek. We've got to win this game, or we've got to get those 3 points on this game. So it's short-minded to think really about other things when maybe say we need to focus on that first game. And this is the key one. I think if we go into the Atalanta game with what we've got with 3 points from today, then it's a big boost.
Yeah,
and I look at it like that, and it's a stepping stone for us moving on. But yeah, the other way of looking at it as well, if you've obviously got question marks over a player, I don't want him to be chucked in, because again, he might be missing for 1, but he might be back for the other 2. But then if we then suddenly say, right, okay, all of a sudden Mr. Miyagi has resurfaced, he's done his magic hands, he's put him on Odegaard's leg on his ankle, and all of a sudden he's now alive and he's going to be out there. But at the minute, I don't think that's going to happen. But if there was ever that point that he might do it, I'd be very worried about seeing him. I'd be quite uncomfortable seeing him actually playing, because it's only going to take one of those nasty kind of Spurs midfielders just to kind of come in and just literally leave something on him, and then all of a sudden he's gone again. So that's where I see it on that side. I think you've got to be have caution for other games, but again, the end game is win this game, then worry about the next one.
Yeah. So just on that point, and just Bez, please come in on this as well. With the new Champions League format, would it be wise for Arteta to not play it? If he is going to play J20 in Party, would it be wise for him to put a weaker side out on that one and prioritise the Spurs game and the Manchester City game? Because of the new league format in the Champions League, we do have time to still progress. So would that be a kind of thinking, or is it just a case of the strongest lineups and let's see what happens?
I think so, because why should you take a risk for someone the captain when you clearly got a whole long season still ahead? And people still forget that he just only this season just started basically 3.5 weeks ago. Now, if they're there to throw our captain, who's actually, and as Bray knows, I've seen him. Chelsea game was another example. He's a leader. He's a fantastic bowler. He's an intelligent man. As Aisha said the other day, he's part Dennis Bergkamp, part someone else. I've got who the player she mentioned. He's just literally he's got that calmness you need. But if the man is injured, like Wenger used to do, why would you? Like, I remember back in the day as well. You had Vieira, who's, let's say, injured or suspended. He leave him there on the sidelines to be there, present for the team. Yes, but don't risk him. If he's mentally ready, if he wants to play maybe 10 minutes, fine. But don't play him at least start from the get-go. Or as Bray said, one Tottenham player, as we know, that nasty piece of work. One maybe little nudge might make the injury worse. One little push, probably, we don't know, that might push the injury to a bad level that we suffered down the line. And we shouldn't really, because when you think about it, we got, as you said, Tottenham today, 1 game at a time. We got City next. We do have Atlanta, and then very soon. Then we have the Bolton game, the League Cup, which I want to see some of the youngsters being integrated would be nice. And plus, the more the integration, the more the rotation, as Bray did mention again, I would like to see more of a, how can I say this? More of a different team day in, day out. Because if you keep surprising the other opposing team, what team you throw the same team is going to make other managers think, well, how can we do Arsenal sheet from a miles off before even it's announced? Or maybe there's a leak, we don't know. So clearly, surprise the position, Arteta, or the coaches who work with him. Keep it quiet, try and do your own thing. As I said, they keep offensively disciplined, defensively as well clean. Don't do any silly mistakes at the back, and then you got the job done. And one game is done, on to the next one. But don't allude to just thinking we have to throw in our captain or worry about, we need him. It's not about needing him. Yes, the mind games are great. Don't worry, I love mind games. I love them from a young age. I didn't like them growing up, but now I do. But please don't risk this man. That clearly you can see now, and plus he's going to be a father soon, so you can see he's maturing well to the team, to the club. He's got a fantastic aura for a captain as well. People say, yes, he's a bit of a fragile man, but he's not fragile. He's a Scandinavian man he's got a mind of a Viking, as we know, most days.
No, absolutely. Big up Emerson in the chat, guys. We do have good numbers watching. If anybody wants to get involved, you don't have to have your camera on. Just the links in the chat. Come join. Just come on, give us your predicted lineup, etc. This show is about you guys, so please do get involved. Bray, what's your take then, bro?
Yeah, I think it is just this game, in all honesty, and everyone's had a blow up saying, "Oh, it's an absolute calamity. It's a total, we've got a total crisis on hands with injuries and everything like that." And it's one of those where you look at it and you think, well, all right, it's just because obviously Declan Rice not being available and Odegaard now. Don't forget, obviously, the Thursday we're going to have a fresh Declan Rice coming into that midfield as well. And obviously the same with City. So I'm hoping it will be good that Odegaard gets that little bit of a rest, and then obviously he goes straight into those next couple of games on that side. But like I said, I think it is just navigating this game. I think is our biggest challenge. I think with just how the it's all set out at the minute, because 2 of those out of the 3 normal starters is a big loss, and it'll be a big loss for anyone. You take two of the City midfielders out. Obviously, you've seen what they've been like with Rodri being out last season. It's not great. So, yeah, it's going to be very interesting just to see which way he throws or puts his cards down.
No, definitely. I actually had a thought come into my head for like 10 seconds yesterday. And it was just 10 seconds and I blocked it instantly. And it was, imagine we get past this week and we actually win every game. And then I calmed down again and I blocked it because I'm not putting myself up for disappointment. But what a statement would that be from Arteta and Arsenal that we have these key injuries and we were still able to come out the other end of it winning.
Yeah, I think Phantom said it as well, didn't he, on the previous show? He said, "Just imagine." I put the short up on YouTube as well of that. Just imagine that, getting 3 wins out of this period, it'll be massive. And I said this, as said it puts us in an unbelievable position, having done 2 of our biggest competing teams. I think we'll say rivals, I would say. One obviously for the trophy, and the other one we know why. But we've done 2 of those away from home. We then have the home games later on in the season. And said, if we get these out of the way, look at the away record as well. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, we're talking of like 11 games undefeated away from home. If we keep adding to that and building on that, it could potentially easily be 14, 15 away games without defeat. So title winning form. And as I said, if we can keep that going, it's just the home form. I think we just have to just banish those little moments where we kind of can't seem to always get past the low blocks and stuff. And and our silly mistakes. Brighton aside, that wasn't about performance. I'm like normal kind of times where we drop points at home. So I think that's it really from me on that side.
Yeah, I keep looking at the clock and we're 17 minutes away from the lineups coming out, and my nerves are just starting to rise a bit. I could feel it. I want to just come away from Arsenal just a little bit, try and calm my stomach and that back down because it is getting there. I don't know if you guys were able to watch the Chelsea and Bournemouth game last night. There was 17 yellow cards and it wasn't even a dirty game. It's a Premier League record. I think there was 3 staff, like manager and like backroom staff, that got carded, and I think it was 14 players. And it was the one and only Anthony Taylor. Do you think these referees are still at it where it's got to be? For me, that it was not a dirty game. It wasn't a dirty game. Yeah, a couple of them were pure blacks, and you could say yes, a yellow card. But do you still think that these referees are still trying to make a name for themselves?
I look at the way games start, and that sets the tone. Yeah. And we had it at it was Brighton game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
He was non-existent at the start of the game. He was kind of letting things go and everything like that. It wasn't really doing it. I think it was because I remember saying it. Whether or not it was another, it must have been the Brighton game, and it was like non-existent. Wasn't really getting involved. Then all of a sudden, 30 odd minutes in or whatever, he then brandished 1 yellow card. Then it went on, and it just and then it become just like him, and it was very strange. Andy Taylor didn't help himself because those cards were coming out like straight away, and they weren't ridiculous tackles, but he bottled a similar thing with regards to what Declan Rice had in that game as well. Keep the ball away on a yellow card, and obviously we've seen numerous things that we've that happened over the weekend. Sabrazley, is that his name?
Yeah, so too.
Yeah.
You're pronouncing it better than me. I'm not even going to do it.
That Liverpool guy. He just
Slivers, I can't even say either.
The best way I say it is supposed to slide because it's like a.
I'm just glad I don't have to get his name on the back of my shirt. But yeah, I looked at it. I just thought it was just that's poor again. But this is why I said that was my statement. It was like they're consistently inconsistent.
Yeah.
And how you can go from one game to another with totally different outcomes and total leniency to like totally schoolmaster, just to come in straight up, get the cane out and bang. And that's it. It's yellow card all the time. So yeah, it's really it's that's what's annoying everyone. I think it's just the proper lack of consistency. Don't know. It's just it's a joke. I think in a way when you look at it like that, because I still can't believe if there's 17 yellow cards, how one of those hasn't been second yellowed just from a petty kind of offence. And if you're down suddenly saying, "Oh, is that enough to get sent off?" Why did Declan Rice get sent off? Because that wasn't. You could say that wasn't worthy of getting someone sent off the pitch. So why does it matter from one referee to another? It's just it's silly. Yeah, really, really silly.
I'll give you my point quickly, and I rewatched a bit of the Sky Sports Quick Minute Stimmy because when I was away on holiday, I was geolocked, so sadly I couldn't hear the British side of things. Like, okay, yes, he's trying to shield him from taking the free kick, but is the after effect that the Brighton player now does a kick into Declan? And for me, though, even the fourth official on the side does not even move to say to the referee, have a look at this as well. Surely that's a worthy yellow card as well? Because why is he kicking out of Declan when Declan didn't even react? And you got certain Danny Welbeck, which I mentioned before, waving his imaginary card to the guy saying, "Oh, he just kicked him. Look, he blocked him." I think, dude, yes, he played for us. Fine, you didn't have the best of time at Arsenal. But what's with this now? Almost snitching like a schoolboy. I found that really childish from these super ex-players. Now we feel a bit bitter. I think move on, man.
I think, do you know what, Biz? That's actually a key point. And one of the other rules that had came out was that the only person who was allowed to go to the referee was the captain of the team. Anyone else, and it was a yellow card. Now, I've seen so far this season, the referees are getting sworn by players and they're doing absolutely nothing around it. So if that's the letter of the law, and that's a yellow card just along with, I'm not saying Declan Rice was a yellow card, and I've said it, Paul, on shows. It was a yellow card. Was it a petty yellow card? Yes, it was. And these decisions seem to go against Arsenal, where, as we've seen yesterday, other players are doing it, and there's nothing at all. But Arsenal need to rise above it. But these referees, Paul, I think you've nailed it. They are consistent of being inconsistent, and that's what we want to change, though. That is, do you know, I've not even looked at today's referee because I really don't want to make myself out worrying about who it is. So, do you guys know who's officiating?
It's I think it's Gilley, isn't it?
It is the Gillette man. From the Gillette man.
Yeah. So yes. So he's had obviously previous form, but name a referee that hasn't had previous form with certain things and jumping on the bandwagon with it all. As I said, we as a club have had numerous decisions against us for obscure rules that have been sanctioned, or we've been dealt blows with that haven't happened anywhere else since happening to us. So you're suddenly thinking, you look at the Martinelli double yellow card, and you're suddenly thinking, I still see little things like that where you suddenly make a foul, it's worthy of a yellow card, and then you go around it or you kick the ball away or do whatever, doesn't get punished. It's just a yellow card. And little bits like that, and you just think it's the same, isn't it? It's the same old thing. But as I say, there's going to be no change until there's accountability.
Yeah,
and
100%.
There's got to be then, if there's accountability, a want to be able to accept that they've been wrong. Because at the minute, no one wants to accept that they're wrong because they think either it's a weakness or it makes them look in an inferior position to what they perceive themselves to be. But as I said previously, there's going to be at some point, somewhere, some mess up that's going to happen. And I don't know, lawyers get involved because something's going to cost a team big. Whether or not
That's but Paul, that's the thing, and that's actually a really good point that you're pulling out. One decision could cost hundreds of thousands, if not millions of pounds.
Yeah.
And that is the truth of the matter. So you're right, something is going to obviously give. Guys, we're only 9 minutes away from the lineups coming out. Once the lineups drop, jump in the chat. The link's been shared in there. Jump on. Just give us your take of the lineups, and we need you guys to get involved. This is what this show's all about. So thanks. Bez, your thoughts on it?
I echo Paul straight away because for me, I'm sorry if I have to go back in time, but the Newcastle game was a pure example. How the fact is they go away with murder, fine. The result happened. But the goal, first of all, should not have stood. The dirty tackling, that is, they gave it out to say, yeah, sure, why not? Nothing was done. Yet then Kai Havertz goes to him with a tackle. They made him look like a movie villain. And I'll say this again, he did the most bestest thing ever not to overreact. Because I see Newcastle players were going for his neck, basically. And the referee's doing nothing. I'm thinking, for the love of God. So now you tell me, we saw at the beginning of this season 2 game, if I'm correct, against Wolves, the man basically has another man acceptable. Another man has his hands in our player's throat, because I'm sorry, I was away, I think, when the game happened. And again, I'm thinking, so that's allowed to happen? So you get an Arsenal player, as Bray mentioned in Martinelli example, you got double yellow for what? For absolutely nothing. Zilch. I'm sorry. That was so like quickly, like 1 minute yellow, next minute, oh, let me give him a second yellow because he acted very unsportsmanlike. Yes. And now you bring a rule now, only cap is supposed to speak to the referee. As you guys just said, simply I don't think anyone's following this anymore. It's like basically some of the referees / footballers, some of the footballers, the high-end footballers think they can make their own rules now. It's like, sure, when he's also involved, let's just kick them up like a backside, make them suffer. Or when Arsenal fans as well speak about ourselves, that we get trounced upon, we make fun upon. I was speaking to Sparks as well in my podcast too, how we have Liverpool fans now. I'm sorry if I have to bring other teams, so I have to bring them on. It's like we gave him a chance to them to say, yeah, you're gonna win 3-1, and then he got berated. Why are you telling that Nottingham Forest will score? But then we had the last laugh that Forest won actually, and now Liverpool fans, I can see they're sulking. They're all going behind their duvet to say, oh no, we lost. Oh my God, we have to feel sorry for you. So like, you can criticize us. Yes, it's banter there. We'll take it, but we're not afraid to give it out. So do you same with you? You be prepared to give it, but also to accept it as well, because this is how football is. Even banter is there, rivalry is there with any team. But for the love of God, you making yourself feel like do something special now, even referees, same way. I didn't watch the game last night. The Chelsea was unfortunately I was traveling back, but I just seen the team like starting. I'm thinking, where's these yellow cards coming from? Bournemouth Chelsea hardly have a bad history with each other. And then next thing you know, as you guys said, Anthony Taylor having his card day or his field day, he wants to be the center of the center of a spotlight of attention. Like, what's going on now? Like, for me as well, I'll say it again, and I'm gonna keep saying it. Communication is needed between officials and us as football fans and football players. But please, some transparency is always important. Will be a wrong decision, we'll accept it, give it to us, or a decision being made. I've noticed even when you stadium as a football fan, the VAR are checked. But okay, yes, we're made to wait a long time. Yes, somehow it goes down the VR. But another referee taking accountability for his own action, meaning he's running the show. It's like me saying to you, when you have the umpire in front of tennis, the tennis is dictated by him. Yes, he's got his supervisor on the side who probably do help him, but he runs the show. And I'll say this: you have example I'm sorry if I'm using tennis term, but you have tennis player Nick Kyrgios. He's the most wonderfully gifted tennis player there is. He's just so arrogant. Yet all else he arguing with officials. Yes, he gets fined, but he still does it over and over and over and over. I've seen football players too. And yes, as you said about that Liverpool guy, and I'm trying to say his name, Szoboszlai, if I'm saying it right. I saw it, and I'm thinking, so he gets away with it? No problem. So if it's us, one little thing, one little tap, more like on the shoulder, oh, it might be yellow, or straight red, or violent contact, or Arteta's left his technical area. I'm thinking, why is it always we're being picked upon for what? Is it because it's Arsenal? Is it because now we're back in our, good level of stability in terms of, mindset wise as a club, fans, okay, we're happy what we're seeing, yet still you're not raining a parade. I just feel like I'm gonna keep going about this for as long as I can. And I'll put my heart in my sleeve to say, simply leave us be, Arsenal family. We're all here together as one. We talk for us, but yeah, when we talk about you don't like it, but you talk about us. So we're supposed to accept it now? What world we're living in? It's like we're allowed to agree and disagree, but come on now. Why attack us and we can't attack you? It's the same thing. It's part of us being a sports fan. Like right now, I can say to you, in F1, I like certain drivers. Other people don't like them. But I don't make a debate about it. I say, sure, that's your choice. Fine by me. But it's what makes us love this sports. You can love one team, you can dislike the other team. But please, don't make it so judgmental or personal. You have to attack all of us as if it's all down to you. Or why do you support Arsenal? Or why do you support Chelsea? Why do you support City? I'm thinking you guys first, you bought it all. Nah, what do you want me to do? Should I just change team because you want me to now? What's going on with these people?
Yep, I get you. Right, guys, we're about 3 minutes away, and my nose is streaming like there's no tomorrow. So, Paul, do you guys just want to speak amongst yourselves just for a second? I'll go and sort everything out before the lineups come out, and 2 minutes away. My stomach is churning, honestly.
I think it's been pushed out, the lineup. Few correlating kind of messages coming out.
I've not seen it. Who have you got?
It's going to be Raya, Timber, Gabriel, Saliba, Ben White. Midfield 3, Partey, Jorginho, and Havertz. With Martinelli, Trossard, and Saka.
Right. Okay. What's your thoughts on that, then, guys?
I'm questioning whether or not it is going to be Trossard and Havertz playing in that order. I potentially think he may drop into that midfield 3, Trossard, as he's done it before, isn't he? With Havertz playing as that higher up player. So yeah. What do you think to that? Do you think yourself?
If it's true, let's go. But I don't want to see Strauss starting. As I said to you in the previous podcast, I do want to see. I like Martinelli. I adore Martinelli. I do like Trossard for what it is, but I just think Sterling offers more intelligence and more of the speed that you want to have in that threat going forward.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting just to see when it's confirmed. But yeah, it's one of those. I don't know. Nerves.
Same. I'm trying to not think about it now, but you guys maybe think more.
Yeah. Look, I think whatever gets their lineup happens, then we'll be all right. I think on that side. I think we just have to. If Havertz is coming in, I tell you what, in that midfield, then they've got to be tasked with a lot of not so much chasing around, but again, just dealing with the dangers when Tottenham have got the ball. Is he suited to that? I'm not too sure. Is he going to follow runs into the box? I don't think that also is what he's for. I don't think that's what he does. So that's why I think Trossard potentially might be better. So that's my thought.
A lot to think about.
Sorry about that, guys. I've just
No, okay,
sorted
mate.
things out. I'm away to be. Do you know what? The lineups are out. I'm going for it. It's Bud Light, so I've got a lot of podcasts to do today, so I can't get too much on it. But oh man, my stomach is churning. This is the most nervous I've been. So yeah, Bez, what do you think of the lineup? And could you see Trossard in midfield, or are you going
I
to
just using the sports app as well. It just showed me that Trossard could be behind Martinelli, but I just think will we see Trossard being his usual self, like his little menace self in midfield? Maybe. Well, he's all down to the manager, I guess. For me, it's all down to him. That's it. And I'll say it again. I want Arteta to be more of a trickster, to be ready to take. Sorry, to show more tricks up his sleeve, to be more unpredictable. Just be ready. Just take a risk without hurting any given right. Just be yourself. Be a bit more gutsy, if I say,
Yeah.
Wenger did it. Wenger did it. As we know, I'm not that young not to remember it, but old enough to remember it. And I'll tell you one thing. I know how must have been for him as well difficult at the time when he had Fabregas just after Vieira left. But I think Nalner has played one league game, which I think was like maybe 20, 30 minutes of a Premier League game. So he kind of knows a bit gist of it. Mark, you did say about Lewis Kelly. I'm not seeing much of him, but from what I can hear from your tone, he looks the real deal. Again, could be a game for him. Maybe, I guess, sub him on. Maybe not to start him just yet, but maybe sub him on. Yes, why not? I do think, don't risk. As I said earlier, don't risk Odegaard. It's not worth it. And why should he? When he's got it's basically whole of the season to go. I'll just have a look at this quick.
Does that help you at all?
It really doesn't. For me, sadly, it doesn't. It makes me more nervous when I think about it now.
Me as well.
Yeah, and honestly, it is. I can't even look at it. I mean, Partey, yes, he can be the anchor, as I said to you in the previous podcast.
I've never seen J20 play as a left eight. So for me, I don't agree with that. Where Thomas, I think, Atletico, he did play left eight, but does he have the legs?
I don't know. When you're looking at both,
I'll let Bray speak.
I think if you're looking at both of them, maybe say Partey is that one that is going to be a bit more screening. I think he's just a bit more calmer with that, and I think Jorginho playing with just his calmness on the ball. I think that's why potentially he's playing a little bit higher, because he'll have that bit of control. So yeah, that's why I think maybe he's playing as a number 8.
Yeah. Maybe. It's interesting. There's a lot of permutations to that. I mean, it doesn't have to be rigidly fixed, so fixed up that, but yeah, it's making me feel nervous, if I'm being honest. Oh.
It's all right, sorry. I got a little man running around.
That's all right.
He's making more noise than your way in at the minute, but he's fine. He's all right. It's all good. So no, I think it's going to be good. I don't think Jorginho will probably last the 90. But does that open up the door to maybe someone coming on for a few minutes? And we're suddenly still talking about Wanyeri, or we're talking about another option. Does Trossard suddenly drop into the midfield if Sterling comes on, or whatever? Does it all change around? Who knows? I don't know. It's going to be interesting just to see how we line up, in all honesty.
Yeah, I think exactly. It's a strange one, but I'll tell you, my stomach is churning now. It's bad. I hate these games. Paul, you mentioned this in the preview show. I hate these games. See, after this, even if you win, I just feel drained. It physically drains me like no other game.
Yeah. I've never been comfortable in, because there's so much want to get the right result. There's so much energy on that side of things, and there's so much energy against seeing them get anything from us. And you look at it, even those good times where like I said, we had like the 5-2s, and we had consecutive 5-2 games, didn't we? And yeah, even then, I was worried. But as I say, I think a beer's helping me calm my nerves, and that's about it.
I think they're just announcing the team now. I'm going to look.
Yeah, so Tottenham, Vicario. Oh, he's gone. I missed it. There you go.
Oh.
Yeah.
I just want to see formation before I say anything else.
Yeah, I'm not even sure they don't give the real formation, do they? It's only what they're guessing and what's being told. So you never know until actually they line up. It could be that they line up and then all of a sudden have that little tactical tweak right at the end. Yeah, so you don't really know. It keeps people guessing, but you don't know if they're going to do that or not. I think it's all just about assumptions. But Zinchenko was quite a big miss as well, being out of that. So
Yeah.
it looks like he's got a calf injury. So yeah.
Here's one for you, just to take my mind off it slightly. Who's captain?
Yeah,
Jorginho.
probably.
I mean, I have nothing against him, but why him? Why him?
It'd be interesting because I don't know. They gave it to Saka, didn't they? When
Yeah, they did actually. Yeah.
eventually after Odegaard went off, and then obviously White went off. But yeah, I don't think there's a lot on the bench. But yeah, as I say, I think it's just get through the game and just try and control the game.
Yeah. Right, guys, if you keep going for a second, I'll go and find the Tottenham lineup and I'll get this up on the screen.
Sure.
Yeah, don't bother, mate. Don't bother.
No.
I'm just seeing the bench as well. Some of the players I don't even recognize. Who's like Kakuri, Haven, I think I've heard about. Who's Kabia, sadly?
Yeah. Again, this is looking probably like a bench like about 2-3 years ago.
Seems so.
We'd have like a load of teenagers on the bench, and you're just suddenly thinking, well, yeah, apart from the ones we've been talking about, yeah, there's not really anything there. But I think Zinchenko, I think, was a shoo-in to have been that left 8 in this game, and that's just another curveball thrown at Arteta, I'm guessing. Just before this game, when he's already had to kind of maybe obviously swap it around and try and work on it. For that to happen as well, this is why we've probably got what we've got as we're seeing now on that side. But that makes certainly the next 2 games as well. If it's a big problem, or is it just a kind of pull or not, or a feeling it, then I don't know. There's not a lot of wiggle room, is there now?
No, there's not. Guys, as I said, the numbers are brilliant. I've just dropped the link to get onto the stream. Please jump on, guys. Let us know your opinions. Let me know if you disagree with Paul. So, just come on, because this is what the show's about. It's about you guys. Oh man, my stomach is really badly going. Time for a freaking beer, I think.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'll not even be this nervous going into the City game or even Atalanta away. I just never enjoyed these games. Never.
No. Even 3-0 up last year, I was not enjoying it. I was sitting up like elbows on my knees, just literally just like sitting forward, just like thinking, oh God, what's going on? Yeah, we had the miss, and then all of a sudden they scored that goal, and then all of a sudden it was like, yeah, back to I'm going behind the sofa. Never good. But yeah, it is. I'm worried about this bench. I mean, look, you're hoping there's no injuries defensively. I know we've got Kirill, but yeah, look, Heaven. He had a rude awakening, I should say, coming in America in those games. Kakuri. I've not heard too much about him. Obviously, Lewis Skelly, that we all know about. But then Sterling, Wanyeri, and Jesus, they're the only ones that will come in and give fresh legs. Cabia, I don't really know too much about him, but I'm guessing he's a fairly recent addition to the youth thing. So yeah.
Is Skelly not on the bench either? No.
Yeah, he's on the bench. Yeah, he's on the bench. Yeah.
So as impact subs, we're talking the possibility of Skelly, Ethan, Sterling, and Jesus.
Yeah. Or Kirill up for a corner.
Yeah, I'll give you. Yeah, I've never. Some of these players I've not even heard of. Heaven, obviously. He done well, Paul, in fairness. Once he did get his rude awakening in the States, he did do well. Composed himself afterwards. But this is a stronger test, let's face it. I mean, that was a pre-season friendly, where this is a real deal. So, yeah, let's see where we are. Oh, an hour to go to kick off.
Oh dear. Well, I'm gonna go and compose myself.
Yep.
I want to go and meditate. I'm gonna go and get ready for the game. Get ready for tonight. Obviously, we've got the big Sunday show about 7:30 tonight, where we go over the aftermath of the game. I hope there's not too much of an aftermath. I'm hoping it's not going to be a bad one. Obviously, we want to talk really positively, but yeah, it's the first of 3 shows today. Mark, you're going to be on after the game, aren't you? So
straight after the game for post-match, we'll run through the game itself, and hopefully positive result. Again, that's a phone-in show, guys. So if any of you want to come on, the link will be shared in the chat, and just drop on and come from there. But the big Sunday show tonight, that's the big one, and Paul's hosting it, aren't you?
Yeah, I'll be there. So it should be a good one. Should be a good one.
And Bez, are you coming on the other 2 shows today?
I'm going to try Paul's on 7:30 if I finish my errands on time, and maybe your one if I'm able to. I can't promise anything.
Yeah. I'll give a quick rundown and stuff like that, but we do want to get you guys involved. That's what these shows are all about. We want to get the build up to the games, etc. So please do. The link will be shared. Just come in, click on it. I'll bring you up. If you're camera shy, have your camera off. Have your camera off. It's your voice that we want to hear. So yeah, just please do it. But yeah, Debray, if you want to go and do a bit of meditation, etc. Me and Bez will keep this running for the next 15 minutes or so, and then I'll find a dark room and calm down before kick-off, I think.
Yeah. Well, look, enjoy Gooners, and let's hope we get 3 points and a good result. So, yeah, good luck to you all, and yeah, let's cheer the boys on. But yeah, see you later on tonight.
Brilliant.
Hopefully
Thanks for coming on.
See you later, guys.
See you on the other end.
See you on the other end.
Yeah.
I nearly ended the stream.
Skill boy error. I'll drop it.
Yeah. Oh,
kick him off. Kick him off a bit.
Emergency stop then, and that was brilliant. So yeah, I'm off the right way.
See you later, bro. Oh, I brought him back.
There you go. Oh, that made me more nervous than the thing before kickoff.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh man, my stomach it's not there. It's not handling it at all. It's not handling it at all.
Same as mine. You made me feel nervous, more nervous than I already was. I was trying to say cool, resilient, like
So,
composed.
I'm trying as well, bro. Honestly, it was like I'd be calm. Like I got up this morning, I had my coffee, and I felt calm. And yeah, but I said this is why I hate these games. They always make it's just they always do this to you. They always do it to you. So,
I'm
uh,
sorry. I'm sorry to break it to you, but the formation speaks for itself because they put Havertz up front.
have the
Yeah, I
so
don't know if you can see
Trossard,
it. If I use my just backup phone,
right? Okay, yeah.
it's quite good actually.
Yeah, that's not so bad.
But Trossard behind and Jordan. Sorry, what's it behind Martinelli? Good work.
Let's see. Do you know something? We're squad. I mean, we've got a few players out, and if you have a look at the starting 11 today, and you look at the even say just Kivior, you've got the likes of Kivior, Jesus, and Sterling on the bench. When you add that to the 11 that's starting today, and then you think of the players that are also out with your Calafiores, Odegaard, Rice, and Mourinho, you actually start to see our squad is not quite as bad as what we possibly make out. I just thought, I just think we need that bagsman. That's say for me, if we just had that out and out goal scorer, and I'm talking someone, I don't think he exists, but someone like a Haaland.
Yeah, that would be amazing. I mean, I see Isaac started the season quite decently. Like
Yeah,
Gokares guy who plays now for Sporting Lisbon
Sporting.
started the season strong, both for him, his country, and his club.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish we signed a striker, but I guess if Harris can do the job, well, we can't complain,
Yeah, no, definitely 100%. So, not long, mate.
I know. I'm trying
What's that?
to just think, not yet, not yet. Just before I hear that sound of, because I'm a Star Wars fan, and I hear Duel of Fates makes me more nervous as well.
Yeah.
And John
Right.
Williams, why does Tottenham have Star Wars music in their background? But obviously, it makes sense.
Oh, what's happening in the Formula One? Anything at all?
I'll check right now because I switched it off. As soon as Bray was talking something very heavy, I thought, switch it off because I was just getting a bit sidetracked as well. Oh, yeah. Why are you doing this to me, Mark? I didn't come to a podcast like this early to get so nervous. Hey, I didn't sign up for this.
Oh, Bez, I'll tell you, this football club will kill us, bro.
I'm telling you, since I've been following them, I've never even. Thankfully, I've grown up to deal with most given situations, but I
Yeah.
never feel so anxious now in life more than I do with football. I don't know why.
Yeah, no, 100%, bro. Oh, but what I think we'll do, Bez,
Yeah.
we've had great numbers watching today. As I said, we do have the two shows straight after the game. I'm going to jump back on. We'll get match reaction. Please jump on, guys. We'd really appreciate it. Give us your thoughts. We'll end it there so me and Bez could try and calm down slightly before the game kicks off. And yeah, hopefully we come away with the 3 points. And thanks, bro. I really appreciate it, Bez. And
Anytime, my friend. I'm always here as much as I can. I'll try and do my bit to chip in, as I said earlier.
yeah, no, 100%. Thanks everybody for watching. You have been watching in the North Bank, and we appreciate it. Thanks so much, guys.